Hello and welcome to the Exalted Empress Tarot. We are doing your week ahead. So if you found this, it is timeless and it is meant for you. We are filming it in March. It is currently March 10th, but whenever you find it, it is meant for you. So the first card that we have, well, all the cards that we have are the Fool, but they're from different decks, okay? And so pick the deck card or the crystal that most speaks to you. Feel free to pause if you'd like. The first one we have is this little fox and the purple orange jasper. Sorry, the ocean jasper that is purple. The Fool, this is another ocean jasper, but it's yellow. This other Fool card that has a carnelian heart, a little different, a little outlier. And then we have the Fool again for the last time with another purple ocean jasper heart. So pause if you need a little bit more time, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, group number one. If you picked the fox and this purple ocean jasper card, you're in the right place. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to pick a oracle card for you, and we're going to use that as a kind of theme to start your reading for the week ahead. Just so you know, in case you don't already, the Fool card is about new journeys and moving forward into the unknown. It's the first card in the kind of major arcana, the story that goes along with the tarot, and it's a little bit about being naive, but that can be a good thing, right? We don't have any sort of thoughts about what's going ahead. We're just taking things as they are. So your first oracle card is peace, okay, which I love for you. Have this little egg. All the cards in this deck have a little face hidden in them. So you have a little egg with a face, a star, a dove. If any of those things call to you, mean anything particular for you, that is your sign. Let me turn these a little bit for you so they feel like they're head on. There we go. There we go. Keep it there. And let me go ahead and read from the Wisdom Oracle deck. That is number 23. And we have freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. It doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. And then that goes so well with the Fool card by itself. We maybe have a very relaxed week coming up. You also have a prosperity message. This is one of those times when you're capable of clear vision about your work and how you create your prosperity. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You're called by a presence to step into your power. Just being is enough. For you are in a peaceful harmony with spirit, and it shows in your work. Well, so I really love that for you. I'm just getting calm vibes. I mean, from peace and just from the Fool card as well, Ocean Jasper. Your week ahead, whenever you watch this, truly is going to be very relaxing. Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles to start. Let's see what else we have for you. Let's try and see if we can get 10 cards. Ooh, Queen of Wands. I love that for you. I'm really seeing already the world that you're having some sort of project that you've been up to, you've been working on. Feel free to leave that in the comments what you have been working on. It really feels like there's something that's important to you. Outside of work, the Hangman in reverse is 8. I don't know why 6 and 8 came into my head at the same time. If that's significant to you for some reason, again, that is a sign. We have the 8 of Wands over there. Okay, let's get, how many cards is that? We have 5 more cards. I'm really liking this reading. Very peaceful and a lot of abundance coming in without you having to do too much more than what you are already doing, which is exactly what the Peace card was saying. Just being is enough. So no need, to stretch yourself out. Let's see. We got a few cards here, clearly. Oh yeah, it may be a little bit more than 5, but that's okay. King of Pentacles. Okay, with the Queen of Wands, like how that lined up. 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, so Pentacles is about work. It's also about your um, home life, physical things, items. Let's see. I feel like I'll do it this way. King of Swords in reverse. Is this on here? No. Okay. So what can we do? We can do King of Swords in reverse. Does that fit? Yes, it does. Okay, so don't tell the other piles. So you got some extra cards here. And I will kind of put these last two cards up near the end so you can see them. So again, we have a lot of peace, and then we immediately have the Six of Pentacles, which is about charity. It's about giving. I feel like you've been giving a lot recently, or you'll very soon be able to give forward. And what's really interesting about that is you have the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So you have money coming in, you have good things coming in, and maybe from a person, maybe hiring you, maybe a new project. That isn't necessarily definitive at this time, but you do have something coming in, and you're giving a lot of like big B, big bitch energy. Like you're truly in control of what is going on in your life, in your projects at this time, which is awesome. I think a lot of the peace that's in your life right now is from feeling like you truly have control of what's going on. Everything is in its place, everything's in order, and that really calms you. Whatever projects you're doing, you've been doing them for a little bit, so now they feel a little bit more natural, and you don't have to go back and forth and figure out, oh, is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this what I'm supposed to do? Because you already know. I then see the World, and I see the Nine of Pentacles here. The World is about cycles. It's about things coming in, a close and a new beginning, but it's very positive. Okay, and then with the Nine of Pentacles, which is kind of like a luxury card, it's about having put in a lot of work already and then reaping all those benefits afterwards. You really have a lot of abundance coming in. Again, this week is really about just resting, relaxing, sitting back, being in your feminine energy, and not having to worry too much. I mean, there's not a lot, even though there's a lot of cards here, there's not a lot going on, just because it seems like you've already put in that work in the past. So you don't have to keep pushing at this time. It's already been done. You've already put in that work, that push, that pull, getting yourself to be seen or heard. That's already been done. So you don't really have to put in that effort, the same level of effort anymore, because you've been there, done that. With the Hangman in reverse and the Star, I feel like you're being very proactive, but it's not wearing you out. It's not a whole bunch of energy. You just know who to call, know who to contact. For some reason, I'm getting contacts and connections coming in for you. With the Star, I feel like maybe you've been doing things on your own, and because you have a lot of freedom. Like whoever you want to talk to, whoever you want to connect with, you don't have to go through anybody. You don't have to worry about, oh, what so-and-so going to think or anything like that. You need to do what you need to do. And with the Star, that's very healing for you. Maybe before, when you were doing this project or wanted to do this project, or if you could do this project, you had to ask a lot of permission from people. You really had to see, there was overhead or there were other teammates, and it was frustrating to always have to get somebody else's opinion or approval or agreement before you could do something. I'm seeing now that you really feel like you're in your own, and you do not have to do that. With the Eight of Wands and the Emperor in reverse, I feel like it's coming in very quickly. Like the more you do, the more independent you come, you can faster things move forward. And there's some sort of, with the Emperor in reverse, the King of Swords in reverse, and the Ten of Swords upright, I'm seeing that there's some sort of figure, either a masculine figure or just someone who is very much in a prominent control position, who is going to be moved out of your way very quickly. So it may not necessarily happen very soon, but when it happens, it may happen on Friday. It's going to be very quick. You're just like all of a sudden going to hear like this person was let go, or this person was left off of the project, or the person that you wanted to get in contact with, maybe there was something you needed, but the person wasn't being reasonable, wasn't really helping you out. That person's going to be moved out of your way. It's going to happen very suddenly, and it's going to be totally fine for you, because you're like, great. They were an obstacle anyway. With the Queen of Pentacles, this just even more, the Queen of Wands is taking care of oneself and kind of being in charge and having a lot of things that you are in control of, but it's very much in your face, like, I'm not hiding. I'm big. I'm proud of what I'm doing. And Queen of Pentacles is kind of that same independent woman who don't need no man energy, but it's a little bit more quiet, it's a little bit more subdued. But she's still taking care of herself in her own space. And that's just a cute little rabbit there. I don't know if it stands up for anybody, but it's adorable. And you also have the High Priestess. You know exactly what you're doing. You have very good intuition at this time, so trust it. This week, again, really about being laid back and also just listening to your intuition. So if there's any decisions you have to make, don't worry about having to go to anybody else. You know exactly what you need to do. So I'm gonna, oh, okay. I was gonna really shuffle, but I guess I don't have to. Here's a second oracle card for you to end your reading, and you says, she who grants wishes with Alice. I hope I'm saying that right. Wish, desires, hope. So let me go ahead and see what that card says. Okay. I'm going to start from the second paragraph because the first paragraph is more of a description of the card. If you'd like to read it, you can always pause here. Alice tells you to define what you want. What are your wishes? What is your heart's desire? Do not answer too quickly. Sometimes we wish for a horse when what we truly desire is movement. Your duty to yourself is to dig deeply into your own wants and needs. Heed the proverb, be careful what you wish for, you may get it. So she who grants wishes requires you to apply discretion before you say what it is you think you want. Alice's goal is not to withhold things from you. She merely hopes you will not waste the gift of a wish today. This card brings work but also fulfillment. Awesome. So moving forward, know that for this week, because things come in so easily, it may be tempting to just kind of frivolously be like, I just want what I want, and I don't have to work too hard towards anything. That card is warning you not to do that. Instead, know that keep your bigger goal in sight and make sure your smaller goals line up to that and set you up for success. Do not get derailed when things are easy and then have to put twice as much work in just to realign yourself. Okay, group number one. Well, that is all I have for you. Feel free to comment below on how things resonate. And if they do, feel free to join the Tarot Court either here on YouTube or over at TikTok. And I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, group number two. If you picked this Fool card with the yellow ocean jasper, you are in the right place. So I'm going to go ahead and get some cards for you. Actually, before I start, I am going to get an oracle deck card for you from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And we're just going to go ahead and look at what's coming up in your week. So again, this is timeless. So whenever you find it, it's the right time. I am filming in March 2026. So if that's important to you, if you want the right month, there's only one chance to get the right year. But if you want the right month, this is it. Okay, so I'm going to look at it here and now because that was on top. Number 32. Very interesting. I don't usually get this card. So thank you for being here with me today and getting that card because, gosh, I don't remember ever getting that card. I've had this deck for years. I'm so surprised. I don't even remember seeing it in passing. It says, you are here on that flag. So, with the past and future on the signs. So that may be meaningful to some of you. You are here. So interesting. I mean, it's always like this. There's certain cards in the decks that you get more frequently than others, but I mean, I truly don't remember ever getting this card. So this is an interesting moment. I'll be reading this information probably for the first time. Being fully present in the moment, living one day at a time. Oracle's message. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. I'm going to skip to the prosperity message, but if you would like to read the relationship message, you can always pause. What you are working on is golden, and your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. Focus not on meeting a goal in the far future, but on creating your dream now. Releasing your desire for an outcome and owning that it already exists. It will appear in the material world as if by magic. Claim your prosperity now. The essence is more important Then the form, when you are immersed in prosperous thoughts, you automatically tune in to a sense of timelessness and unlimited potential. You can act as if, in spite of the temporary outer conditions, you are prosperous at this moment. What you think now becomes reality. Stay present. Awesome. So, what this is really saying right now is your week may feel very anxious ridden. You may feel like a lot's going on, but do not let that hold you back because it's kind of not real. And sometimes when we have a lot of anxiety, it's not about what is actually happening at that time. It may be just that we're pondering, like, what happened last week? This is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. We may be thinking about what will happen. Will that project go right? What will my boss think of me? What will, this person that I have let down think of me? Will I be able to move someone up? Or just really Six of Cups. Taking a lot in, and it may be a lot of stuff that isn't yours to hold. Sometimes it just happens. We try to take responsibility and we take a little bit too much responsibility. We act as if just because someone's upset with us or because something is difficult and we are someone who likes to fix things, that means we have to fix it. You do not have to fix it. It may not be yours to fix. It may just be another burden or an excuse to waste time. Okay. Look, I'm one of those people, so I am not judging you. Sometimes I waste time. Sometimes I'm like, I really need to do this project. This is really definitely 100% the thing I need to do first. It is not. Two of Swords. Yeah, so you're definitely making an important decision sometime this week. Let's see. I'm going to try to get 2 rose cards for you. Okay, there we go. Another one. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, I love this deck, by the way. It's fairly new still. I got it near the end of last year and started using it this year. And I got a couple of decks in that time frame. And it had been years since I had gotten a new deck. So hope you enjoy. Hope you love the new decks. Really, I want my readings to look very nice for you guys. I hope you appreciate it. No pressure, but I hope you appreciate it. Feel free to say if you appreciate it in the comment section below. Just saying. Okay, we have another card for you, the King of Cups in reverse, and one more space. I'm just going to take this one off the top. I'm feeling called to do that. Strength. Wow. This is another card I don't get too often from this deck. I haven't had this for years. I've had this for months. But, yeah, I can't remember another time getting this card. So you are getting a lot of interesting cards. So here and now, staying present on your new journey. So all the full cards about our new journey. So you are moving forward in your life in some way. That's what I'm seeing. But you're still being very anxious at this time. Or Spirit is saying that you are prone to anxiety. So just keep that in mind. It may not be real. It may just be old habits. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This week is not the week for something to resolve. There's something that you really want to resolve, which would explain the anxiety. There's something that you feel like you need to solve, you need to end, but Spirit is saying this week you're just going to be in the middle of it, and that's okay. Life happens in the middle. We're in the middle of different things. That's fine. You are in between the past and the future. That is where we all are. And you gotta be calm. You can't just rush to be at the end of a cycle just because you don't know what's going on. You're never gonna know the ending to everything you're doing. That's just not possible. Even me here, reading fortune cards, reading these tarot cards, I don't actually know the future, right? We don't know exactly what's going to happen. Hold on. And worrying about it is just going to make things worse. With the Six of Cups, I see again, the Spirit is saying you're being very nostalgic. So there may be something that happened that I'm actually seeing that whatever you're trying to do that you want resolved, you're thinking back to when things were easier. So maybe this is something that a task that you've had to do before, but it was easier last time. It came to you a lot quicker. There may just have been less at stake at that time. So don't think about things as just, was it easier to get through or harder to get through? Sometimes there's just more at stake. Sometimes you just have more to do. That's not a reflection of you. It's a reflection of how much it takes in order to get through a thing. And it may just have been simpler because you weren't as detail oriented, you didn't care as much. There could be a lot of things affecting why it felt easier last time. Don't necessarily look at the past through rose colored glasses. you are where you need to be, and it maybe feel difficult because you have a different lesson to learn this time. With the Four of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like there may have been something that you rejected that you're realizing now you shouldn't have, and that it's coming in, and it may have actually been the better choice, but it's too late. It may not be here right now. Again, we don't dwell. We don't dwell. We have to, Two of Swords, make a conscious effort to move forward. And I'm seeing that this is actually a really great time for you, especially like I'm feeling very early into next week, maybe midweek. You're going to make a choice, and I really encourage you to not rush yourself, but make that choice as soon as possible, because I have the feeling that whatever choice that you make is going to be the right one regardless. And the reason I say that is because you now have the Seven of Pentacles, and it feels like you are getting mastery of some basic skills in an area. So whatever you're working on, if it feels like you're not making progress, you just maybe don't see it yet, but you are going to get the basics down really quickly, and things are just going to start solving themselves very quickly, or solving themselves. You put the work in, and when you get that base later, things are going to seem a lot easier. You just need that extra little bit of elbow grease, okay? So there's no need to think, oh, the last time I did this, it was easier. Oh, it was better last time. I didn't have to worry this much when I did this before. This is a new time, and it's going to be a little bit better for you. With the Eight of Swords in reverse, I feel like you're going to, as the week moves on, realize that you're not stuck. And with the Knight of Cups, that no one's coming in to save you necessarily, but you don't really need them. I think you're going to move from wishing there was someone to guide you to being like, oh, I'm so glad no one's here to bother me, and I can just make whatever decision I want. Which is a very freeing place, and even you realize I actually don't need anybody else. I can actually like do me and do it well, and not have to ask permission or ask for someone's like help, or for someone to be aligned with me. I'm in line with myself, and I'm gonna do what I feel is best. You're gonna start trusting yourself more as you move forward in the week. With the King of Cups also in reverse, know that while you are moving towards feeling more steady as you go throughout the week, that doesn't mean it's going to be a constant, or it's just going to be a steady increase. It may actually be that, you have these bouts of like feeling unsteady, feeling unsure, feeling like nervous. That's totally okay to not be completely in control of your feelings at this time. Know with the Strength card, you do have what it takes to get through what you get through and to meet your goals. You're doing something new. I mean, that's really at the end of the day what I'm getting, is that you're doing something new. And because you're doing something new, it's going to feel very odd. It's going to feel very different, and that doesn't mean anything is going wrong. That, if anything, it means that you're actually doing something right, because if you were doing the same thing, that's when everything seems easy, because you've done it 100 times. It's when you do something different that things are going to feel strange, but that's where growth happens. So your last oracle deck for today is Enid. She who doubts, fear, worry, is trust. I just got this card in one of the Zodiac shorts that I did, so if you have not seen it, feel free to go and look at that. And She Who Doubts is about, well, I'll go ahead and read that for you, and then we can talk a little bit more about it before we end. And I'm only going to read the second paragraph because that's about the message. If you want to read the description of the card that is on the left. The message of this card is to examine your own doubts. We all have been injured by life in one way or the other. If we continue to hide in the shadows, then we allow those who did us injustice to win. Now is the time to let go of old misgivings and learn to trust again. Weariness is not a bad thing unless you are using it to give yourself permission to hide from life. Put on a trusty talisman, slip your scarf from your ear so all your senses are engaged in trusting your own unique power. So again, trust that you have the strength to move forward in this week and in your mission. The past, you're not in the past, you're in the future. And you have a new lesson to learn this time, even if it looks the same as before. Again, see the scar, and I don't know if you heard this part of it stood out to you when I was reading the message. This wariness comes from having to do something that's very similar to something from before, okay? Which is what we were talking about this whole reading. You are doing something new, even if it rings similar from something else. That's fine. It can read similar, but this is new. So don't let that stop you. Don't reminisce. Don't think about what happened last time. Keep it in mind if it seems a little relevant, but really move forward and think, what am I going to do this time? Let me focus on that. So I hope it resonated. If it did, like and subscribe below. I'd love to see you in the Empress's Court, either here on YouTube or over on TikTok, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, group number 3. If you picked this Fool card in the Carnelian heart, you're in the right place. And I have the textured tarot for you. But before we get to that, we're going to get your first oracle card for the week ahead. So let me go ahead and get that for you. And this is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. I love this deck. This is really popular. If you watch a lot of tarot readings, you may have seen it before. They're such beautiful cards. Okay, top or bottom, you guys? Which card do you want? Ooh, if you said the top one, congrats, that's the one we're going to grab. And we have a leg up. Leg up. Okay, that is number 34. I love it because it's a cute little polar bear. Which says nothing about everything else. So, just so you know, the Fool card is all about a new journey. So, everything this week is going to be on some sort of new journey as decided by the fact that I pulled the Fool card. And we're going to go ahead and look at 34. So it says, receiving help, delegating authority into dependence. You've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with who can give you a leg up during the next phase of your life. That is so true. Like, so many times the right person just comes up immediately when you need them, when you're like, I didn't know you before. How is this happening? Help comes to you in all the areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept the aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence is to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. I'm going to skip this, but if you want to read the relationship message, feel free to pause. The prosperity message is, now is the perfect time to seek advice from a mentor or business advisor. Ooh, that has been where you want to go to help you get there too. If you do, you will receive very good counsel that will aid in your prosperity. It may also be the case that your endeavors have grown and you are in a position where you just can't do it all yourself anymore. Time to brighten on. Time to bring in those who can give you a leg up. Trust that help is available and it will indeed appear. Delegate authority to others so you can take steps towards your big dream. The perfect people will arrive at the perfect time so long as you step forward with just a mustard seed of faith. I am warm up for you. So you're going to see big things happen this week, or you already kind of have, because you have a project that is bigger than you. Again, feel free to go in the comment section and name what that big project is. I'd love to. Okay, I already saw the next card, or I thought I did. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. A lot of orange for you. I'm going to take this top card too, and the Devil, dun dun dun, in reverse. Okay, don't freak out. We are going to get to it, but you are doing something bigger than yourself. The project you have has been growing, or it may not be a project to, per se, but whatever you are working on, it's going to be big, and the people who you need around you are going to come around you seemingly out of nowhere, which, like I said before, is pretty cool. Sometimes you really do wonder a little too much about where the help is going to come from, who's going to come in, how we're going to do it alone. Spirit has you. Spirit, God, angels, whoever you believe in, the universe, they're here to guide you. Oof, we've got some strong cards coming in. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Four of Cups in reverse. We have that in another deck. And we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Oof. Okay, so I'm seeing a rough, not necessarily a rough time, but a rough mindset. Okay, so you may need to change, you need to work on your mindset this week, okay? Group number 3. Do not let thoughts get to you. Oh, wow. That one just flew out. Barely got to do anything. 7 of Swords. Okay, and I understand why. So let's get into it. So the Queen of Wands in reverse, you're not feeling yourself. You may have a lot of things going for you. You may be very busy right now, but you still don't feel like you're the expert that you want to be in what you're doing. Do not let that hold you back. Do not let that imposter syndrome get to you. We've all had it. We've all been there. We all have a story. That just because you don't feel like you're like the best person of all time to ever do it doesn't mean that you're not going to get better at it, that you're not going to grow, that you're not going to become the best at it, okay? Or at least your best, which people are willing to follow. People don't just go, I can only follow or listen to the number one person in a thingy. Like, they follow who they think is best for them, who they resonate with, and who they follow along. Okay, so really listen to yourself and really look at who's coming with you, who wants to follow, who wants to be there. Okay, because you may be surprised. You may have more resonance and you may have more power and you may have more of a hold on people and what you're looking into than you and your project than you realize. With the devil in reverse and then the Four of Wands, I see for this week that you're removing yourself from things that are toxic, that do not serve you in your life. And you're finding it pretty easy because you're seeing your Four of Wands, your stability in your life really come in strongly. And so there's just no temptation to look back. Whatever it is that doesn't serve you, you're just kind of like deuces, moving forward through the week and finding more and more stability. I do see Three of Swords, which is kind of a tough card. You have a couple tough cards, especially here at the bottom. And that is about heartbreak. That is about something not going your way this week. I'm going to let you know that is just a distraction. I'm really seeing that you're going to have the things come under you. You're going to really find your foundation. You're moving well from things that are addictive or things that don't no longer serve you. And with the Hierophant, I'm seeing that there's a lot of stability, maybe not in tradition, but in your systems, in the things that you do, your routines, things like that, in what you truly believe in. And like I said, you're doing something really big right now. So don't emotionally get derailed because there's something that disappointed you or something that moved out of the way. You're actually moving very big steps. Things are actually moving forward for you in very big ways. So this is just an illusion. This is just noise. Don't worry about it too much. Again, it is a disappointment, it is a breakup, it is a separation in some way, but whatever it is going to be very small in when we compare it to the bigger things going on in your life. And the Knight of Wands, I feel like you may have felt like you've really gone through it with this project and in prior weeks, and you're just kind of done. You're at the last leg. You're at the last lap. Hold on. Things are going to improve so much for you, even if you feel a little bit worn out. I know it may not seem obvious to you this week, but trust me, like even if it seems less, things are going in the right direction. The Four of Cups in reverse and the Nine of Swords also in reverse, I'm seeing that there may have been something you rejected that you are feeling bad about because you're realizing, oh, that may have actually worked for me. But you're kind of trying to put a positive spin on it. That's exactly the thing that you should do. You did what you needed to do and what made the most sense for you. You don't need to work with something that didn't feel good for you in that moment. And if you made the wrong choice, that's just a lesson. Think about why you made that choice and maybe why you didn't make the best one, and then move forward. You have the right mindset to think to yourself, you know what, there's a silver lining here. There always is. So just really learn from it and don't let that distract you. I feel like that's part of the disappointment that comes in, and really whatever disappointment comes in this week is going to be smaller than you initially think is just distraction. And then we have the Seven of Wands. I feel like you do have a lot of people who maybe are jealous what you have going on. They're seeing how big things are getting for you. And there may be commentary, or there may be sabotage, or there may be people getting in your way. Please don't think about that. Please don't let that derail you. Please don't let that affect you too much, because honestly, at the end of the day, they only try to derail you because you have so much of a presence. So let's see what else we can do. We have one more Oracle card. Again, your cards are just flying out of the deck. I love that for you. Ooh, nice clear messages coming in. We have, so beautiful, Primavera. She who begins, launch, actualize potential. I have not gotten this card in a long time, and it's just so beautiful. I love how it symbolizes spring, and of course, things coming in, things getting something new, just like a Fool card. So let me go ahead and get that message for you. Oh, I'm trying to find it. Sorry. So I'm only going to read the second paragraph. If you'd like to read the first, go ahead. But it's mostly a description of the card. So the second paragraph says, this card urges you to get started. Whatever has been on your mind or in your heart, this is the moment to begin. Commit to the journey ahead by facing the dawn. You are being called forth to set the match to the fuse. It's time to light things up and take the next bold step. Spread your wings and put a smile on your face as you meet the next good thing coming into your life. Like Primavera, open yourself to beginnings. It's time to actualize your potential. So yeah, so don't worry about those bad thoughts. You already are thinking to yourself that maybe you're thinking about it too much or you're being too much of a downer on yourself. That's probably true. Whatever you have going on is huge. It's very big for you. It's a new thing. And things are actually going your way this week. So enjoy it. Enjoy that time. When you look back on this, if you don't enjoy it, if you don't appreciate it, you're going to be like, what was I doing? What on earth was I doing when everything was starting and everything was going my way and things were looking good? Okay? So really take a moment to appreciate what you have moving forward. If that resonated, like and subscribe below. I'd love to see you in the Empress's Court, either here on YouTube or over on TikTok. And I will see you next time, group number 3. Bye. Hello, group number 4. Saving the best for last. Don't tell the other piles. With these lovely omens decks. So if you picked this Fool or you picked the second Ocean Jasper Heart that is purple, you were in the right place. Welcome. So let me go ahead and get a first Oracle deck for you for your week. Wow, Chaos and Conflict. Hold the phone. Sorry, other decks all got very peaceful messages. You may have some stuff going on this week. Group number 4, maybe while you're here. That is okay. We're going to figure this out together. Number 33. So, 33, that may be something that is important to you. If so, take note. You are in the right place. This is your message today. And I would just like to say that the Fool card, for those of you who may not know, is about a new journey. So, we are all talking a new journey this week. Chaos and conflict, disarray, being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos for order, okay? So, oh gosh, I forget who said this. It's a comedian, but he talks about, you know, going, have you ever been in your hotel room while they're still cleaning? It is a whole mess, but it looks beautiful afterwards when they're done, right? So the value of chaos before order. Opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaos that serves you well. As you become unmoored by it, scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself that no longer need to disperse, yet you no longer need, and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal, projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control, yet every storm passes and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of the situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than be understood. Okay, so I'm not gonna read the relationship message, but if you would like to, feel free to pause this. I'm gonna read the prosperity message. Circumstances appear to be chaotic, but everything that is happening now is the truth, shaking things up so you can find the real path to your prosperity. Yes, it's a stormy time, and it feels as if there are opposing forces wherever you turn. Be reassured that there is divine purpose in this chaos. Everything that doesn't work is being taken from you. The truest parts of yourself remain. The events occurring now are essential for your untimely prosperity. This chaos is divinely inspired, even though it doesn't appear that way now. In time, you will know this to be true. That is so cool. That is so awesome. So the things this week that feel like you're going in the wrong direction, they feel chaotic, they feel like, why is this happening the way it's happening, are actually here to serve you in a very direct way. So do not be hard on yourself. Do not think, oh my God, what is happening? How will I live? That is very dramatic. And it may feel like legitimate for you to feel that way. But really, at the end of the day, things are actually working in your favor. So don't be too hard on yourself. Don't think too harshly about the situation. So I'm seeing 2 8s, and they really stand out to me at this time. So just keep that in mind. Again, you got 2 3s, you got 2 8s. That may be important to you. I'm going to put this over. This started to come out upright. Okay, your cards just are flying at me. We have the 8 of Wands and then the King of Wands. And let's see. maybe we can go ahead and put the King of Wands at the end. Do you fit? A little bit. Okay. Let's do this. Let's scoot things over just the tiniest bit. And we'll scoot this over too. That way the King of Wands can fit. Ta-da! Okay. So I'm seeing it first as a Seven of Pentacles in reverse. You're feeling like you don't have all of your stuff in order. First things first. This week. Know that that's not actually true. Things may be just growing and progressing at a slower pace. And again, there may be some mess, there may be some things out of order right now, and that may be causing you to stall as you move forward in your goals. But that stalling is not stopping. That's what's most important. Stalling is not stopping. So just because you have things holding you back a little bit doesn't mean you just throw in the towel and go, oh, well, it took a little longer than necessary, so I just threw the whole goal away. Like, know that that's okay. That happens sometimes, and we can still move forward and be very, very, very positive and still have a lot of success in what we care about, what we are moving towards. So just keep that in mind for this week. We then have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I think a lot of effort going into what you want this week and not being able to easily see the things coming out of it. So you're just not seeing a lot of success in the way that you want to, even though you're putting a lot of work in. Again, that's very frustrating, and we've all been there. And sometimes what happens is we push, work, and put a lot of work in. And it's almost like, if you think of kind of like a bottleneck in a system or an hourglass, you can put all the sand you want to. It's not going to go through to the other side any faster once it hits capacity. It's like, well, yeah, I see all the sand there, but it takes 60 minutes for the rest of it to go through. So see you in 60 minutes. So know that you may be actually doing things that are very successful, very helpful, very useful, but the system spiritually, vibrationally can only take so much. So it may be a holdup in your rewards coming in and your results coming in and your success. That doesn't mean they're not happening. It just means it's going to take a little bit. That is okay. The Six of Cups is so interesting because I've been getting the Six of Cups and Six of Pentacles for all of these readings. It's about looking back and it's about nostalgia. Oh, I'm so sorry. So the Six of Cups is about moving on. No, it is. It's about nostalgia. And I'm feeling that there may have been a time where you've done something similar that maybe have been a little bit more easy for you. Or when you started, you may have just had a lot more hope. You may have been a lot more excited for what you're doing. Everyone has a lot more hope in the beginning because it's easy. Right? Like when you first start, you just have to the first steps are always easy. You get the supplies, or you just figure out what you want to do, or you whatever. But it's not really a big, deep, in-depth goal. No, that's why it probably was easier. That doesn't mean it was a better time. And focus on moving forward and going forward and fixing what's in front of you right now. I promise you, even though it doesn't feel like things are moving forward, that they truly are. With the Two of Cups, I think you're going to have help. I think someone's going to come in to help you move things forward in a way that's really going to be beneficial for you. I love that. Please keep your focus. Please keep things moving forward. I think this person is going to come in and you're going to see exponential results. They may remove that bottleneck and it may be something you didn't even see. It may not be obvious to you or held up, and it may be obvious to them. So keep your ears and eyes open this week for someone coming in who has advice. If you're usually someone who kind of does things more independently, just know that this person, really give them a chance. They may be the person who has the key to opening the next step. And the World in reverse and Seven Pentacles again, I see you I've already read this part. With the World in reverse and the Star in reverse, I see again that you feel like good fortune is really just taking its time. It's taking this time. But the Eight of Cups, I do see that you're determined. Stay determined. Yes, you are doing things that are important to you. I know it feels like things are taking their time. And the things aren't healing. You're not getting your good luck. You're not getting the positive things yet. It will happen in Spirit's time. You can't really control that heart, and then I see death. So some part of this is going to end. So there's something I really see that there's something about this that you're not seeing, that once it's removed, once it's taken out, once it's put aside, all of a sudden things are going to get a lot easier. Things are going to really work for you once this one thing is removed or changed, and you're just not going to see it yet. Again, wait for that person to come in for advice, or, really meditate on what it could be that is holding you up. I think it's not going to be clear to you. And maybe something that you really just weren't thinking of as an obstacle before, but once it is removed, it's really going to help you out in what you're trying to do this week. And then we have the 8 of Wands, which I absolutely love for you. Once you get that thing removed, it's going to happen so quickly. You're just going to be so surprised how quickly things are just like, boop, near the end of the week. Just move forward. It's going to be like someone just gave you all the caffeine to your project, and it's just going to really just rock it off. And really, how is that even possible considering how slow things were? Sometimes that's just how things work. And with the King of Wands, I feel like there's a lot of passion towards this goal, and you're going to be surprised to find that somebody else has just as much passion for it. Again, I feel like it really is someone coming in to help. And you're going to be surprised at how much passion they have for your vision. They're really going to look at what you're doing and go, I can help with that. Ooh, a she who changes. Iris, transformation, change, enchantment. Okay, that is perfect. I love that for you. So yes, there's going to be a transformation. There's going to be a change after chaos and conflict. And you know what? Death is really about something ending. So truly, there is something very good coming in for you once we change that one thing. So let me go ahead and look up this card. And again, I'm just going to read the second paragraph. The first paragraph is more a description of the card. But if you would like to read it, it's here for you. Just pause. Iris brings the message that you are in a moment of change. You can choose to move into a new self or pull back on the self you were before. There is nothing static about this issue. Do not pull too much weight on things as they are. Instead, take a step back, remind yourself of the moon cycles as well as the turning of the seasons. If you remember all things change, you will find yourself prepared to adapt to the ever-cycling world. And yes, that is very, very true. You may have a lot of chaos and conflict right now, but again, that's the things that can change for the better, and it probably will happen very quickly because, again, when we dump everything out that needs to be changed, that's when we get the most useful rearrangement. Okay, think spring cleaning. Think about that hotel room that, everything needs to come out before we can make it the cleanest. If we only did little bits and pieces, if we didn't make much of a mess, we wouldn't get that more positive result. So, I hope that resonated. If it did, like and subscribe below. I'd love to see you next time at the Empress's Court, and either here on YouTube or over on TikTok, and I will see you next time. Bye!